She thought accepting a ride from a stranger in the rain was the worst decision of her life. She had no idea it was about to save it. One crashed car, one hail of bullets, and one locked mansion door later, Elena Carter woke up in a world she didn't understand, protected by a man she should fear, trapped in a house that felt like both prison and sanctuary. Matteo D'Angelo wasn't supposed to care. He'd buried his heart with his family 4 years ago. But when a terrified single mother and her mute sons stumbled into his war, something shifted, and the most dangerous man in New York realized he'd do anything, risk everything, bleed endlessly to keep them safe. What started as guilt became obsession. Obsession became protection, and protection became the kind of love that could either destroy them all or finally set them free. Subscribe and comment below if you've ever trusted someone you knew you shouldn't, because this story is about to prove that sometimes the most dangerous choice is also the only one worth making. The rain hammered the diner windows. Eleanor wiped down the last table. Her feet ached, her back ached, everything ached. "Mom?" Liam tugged her sleeve. His small face looked pale under the fluorescent lights. "Almost done, baby." She forced a smile. 5 more minutes. He nodded and returned to his corner booth. He clutched his worn backpack and stared at nothing. He hadn't spoken in 3 years, not since his father died. Eleanor finished closing and grabbed their coats. The storm waited outside. Her car sat in the far corner of the parking lot. She hurried across the asphalt with Liam pressed against her side. The key turned. The engine groaned. Nothing happened. "Come on," she tried again. The battery was dead. "Please." Liam shivered beside her. His lips looked blue. Elena felt panic rising in her chest. She pulled out her phone. No service. The storm had knocked out the towers. Lightning cracked across the sky. The parking lot stretched empty and dark. No buses ran this late. No one would come. She wrapped her arms around Liam. "We'll figure it out." Headlights cut through the rain. A black car rolled to a stop beside them. The window lowered. A man looked out. Dark eyes, strong jaw, expensive suit. "You need help?" His voice was calm, too calm for a stranger in a storm. Eleanor felt scared. "I'm fine. Your car won't start." He gestured at the hood. "It's not safe out here." "I said, I'm fine." She pulled Liam closer. The man studied her for a long moment. Rain dripped from his window. "I can give you a ride." "No, thank you." Her voice shook. "Where do you live?" he asked. "That's none of your business." Eleanor's hands tightened on Liam's shoulders. Something shifted in his expression. He looked almost sad. "You have a child." "I know what I have." She turned away. "Please leave." The man was quiet. The rain filled the silence. Then he spoke again. "My name is Matteo. I own the restaurant 2 blocks over. I'm not going to hurt you." Elena hesitated. Liam coughed. His small body shook with it. Matteo heard. His eyes found hers. "It's 20 degrees out here. Let me drive you home." "Why would you help us?" she asked. "Because you need it." His voice was steady, final. Lightning struck nearby. Liam flinched. Elena felt her resolve breaking. She had no choice, not really. "Fine." She opened the back door. "But I'm watching you." "I'd expect nothing less." Matteo nodded to his driver. The car was warm inside, clean leather. Soft music playing low. Elena buckled Liam in and wrapped him in her coat. He pressed against her side. His eyes closed immediately. Matteo turned slightly. "Where to?" She gave him the address. He didn't react. Most people did. Her neighborhood wasn't safe. The car pulled onto the highway. The rain battered the windshield. Elena watched Matteo's reflection in the glass. He sat perfectly still. His hands rested on his knees. "You work late," he said. "Someone has to." She didn't look at him. "The diner closes at 11. Elena's breath caught. "How do you know that?" "I pay attention." His voice was casual. Too casual. She felt her stomach drop. "Are you following me?" "No." Matteo glanced back. "I drive past it every night. I've seen you cleaning the windows." "That's still following." Her voice was sharp. "It's observing." He smiled slightly. "There's a difference." Eleanor wanted to argue, but Liam stirred against her. She stayed quiet. The silence stretched between them. Only the rain spoke. Then headlights appeared behind them. Close. Too close. Matteo's driver looked in the mirror. "Boss?" "I see them." Matteo's tone changed. All warmth vanished. The car behind them accelerated. Elena turned to look. "What's happening?" "Don't turn around." Matteo's voice was hard. "And keep your head down." "Why? Who are they?" Elena felt panic rising again. The driver pressed the gas. They shot forward. The speedometer climbed. Elena grabbed Liam. "Stop the car." "I can't do that." Matteo pulled something from his jacket. A gun, black and heavy. "Oh my God." She couldn't breathe. "Let us out. They're not after you." His eyes stayed forward. "But they'll kill you anyway." The car behind them swerved closer. A window rolled down. Elena saw the barrel first. "Get down," Matteo shouted. The gunfire was deafening. Glass exploded. Elena screamed and covered Liam with her body. Matteo threw himself over them both. His weight pressed her into the seat. The driver cursed and spun the wheel. The car fishtailed. More shots. The rear window shattered. "Hold on," the driver yelled. They crashed into a guardrail. Metal screamed. The world tilted. Elena hit her head on something hard. Pain bloomed across her vision. Then nothing. Elena woke to silence. Soft blankets. Clean air. Her head throbbed. She opened her eyes slowly. The ceiling was white, crown molding. A crystal chandelier hung above her. This wasn't a hospital. She sat up fast, too fast. The room spun. She pressed her hands to her temples and waited for it to stop. Where was she? The bedroom was massive. Dark wood furniture, tall windows covered by heavy curtains. A fireplace sat cold and empty across from the bed. Liam, the name tore from her throat. She threw back the covers. Her clothes were different. Someone had changed her into soft pajamas. Her heart hammered. The door opened. A woman entered carrying a tray. She was older. Grey hair pulled into a neat bun. Kind eyes. "You're awake." Her voice was gentle. "How do you feel?" "Where's my son?" Elena stood. Her legs shook. "Where is Liam?" "He's safe. He's sleeping in the next room." The woman set down the tray. "I'm Sophia. I work for Mr. D'Angelo." Elena's breath caught. "The man from the car?" "Yes." Sophia nodded. "You've been unconscious for 6 hours. The doctor checked you. Just a concussion." "I want to see Liam." Elena moved toward the door. Sophia stepped aside. "Second door on the right." Elena ran. She found the room and threw open the door. Liam lay in a large bed. His chest rose and fell steadily. His face looked peaceful. She sat beside him and touched his hair. He was real. He was safe. Thank God. Tears burned her eyes. Sophia appeared in the doorway. "He woke once. Asked for you." Mr. D'Angelo sat with him until he fell asleep again. Elena looked up. "Where is he? Matteo?" "Downstairs." Sophia's expression softened. "He wants to speak with you." "I'm not going anywhere." Elena's jaw tightened. "Not until someone tells me what's happening. He'll explain everything." Sophia gestured to the hallway. "Please." "He's waiting." Elena felt torn. She didn't want to leave Liam, but she needed answers. "Fine." She stood. "But I'm coming right back." Sophia led her through the house. The hallways were long and elegant. Paintings lined the walls. Marble floors gleamed under crystal lights. This wasn't a home, it was a fortress. They reached a set of double doors. Sophia knocked once and opened them. Matteo stood by a window. He wore different clothes now. Dark pants and a white shirt. His hair was still damp. He turned when she entered. His eyes found hers immediately. "You're awake." His voice was quiet. "Where are we?" Elena crossed her arms. "And why did someone change my clothes?" "Sophia changed them." Matteo stepped closer. "You're in my home, my mansion." "Why?" She backed toward the door. "Take me to my apartment." "I can't do that." He stopped walking. "It's not safe." Elena felt anger rising. "You don't get to decide that. The people who shot at us think you're connected to me." His jaw tightened. "They'll come for you. They'll hurt your son." "This is insane." She shook her head. "I just wanted a ride home." "I know." Something shifted in his expression. Regret, maybe. "I'm sorry." The silence hung between them. Elena wanted to scream, to run, but Liam was upstairs, and this man had saved them. "How long?" she asked. "How long what? How long do I have to stay here?" Her voice cracked. Matteo looked away. "Until I fix this." "That's not an answer." Elena moved toward him. "Days? Weeks?" "I don't know." He met her eyes again. "But you're safe here. Both of you." "I don't want to be safe here." Tears threatened. "I want to go home." "Your home isn't protected." His voice hardened. "They know where you live. They know where you work. If you leave, they'll find you." Elena felt trapped. She pressed her hands to her face. "This can't be happening." "It is." Matteo's tone softened. "And I'll do everything I can to end it quickly." She lowered her hands. "Why should I trust you?" "Because I could have left you in that parking lot." He stepped closer. "But I didn't." His eyes held hers, dark and intense. She saw truth there, and something else, something that frightened her more than the guns. Guilt. I need to be with Liam. She turned toward the door. Wait. Matteo called after her. She stopped but didn't look back. There are guards throughout the house. His voice was careful. Don't try to leave. They'll stop you. Eleanor's breath caught. So I'm a prisoner. You're protected. He paused. There's a difference. She left without answering. The double doors closed behind her with a heavy thud. Morning light filtered through the curtains. Eleanor hadn't slept. She'd sat beside Liam all night, watching him breathe. He woke slowly. His eyes opened and found her. Relief flooded his small face. Hi, baby. She kissed his forehead. How do you feel? He sat up and looked around. Confusion replaced relief. We're somewhere safe. She kept her voice steady. The man who helped us, we're staying in his house for a little while. Liam's eyes widened. He pointed toward the door. You want to explore? Elena asked. He nodded. Okay. She stood and took his hand. But we stay together. They left the room. The hallway stretched in both directions. Eleanor chose left and walked. The mansion was enormous. Room after room, libraries and sitting areas. A dining room with a table that could seat 20. Everything was spotless. Perfect. Cold. They found stairs and descended. The main floor opened into a grand foyer. A chandelier hung 3 stories above them. Can I help you? A man appeared from a side room. Elena pulled Liam closer. We're just looking around. I'm Enzo. The man smiled. He wore a suit. A gun sat visible on his hip. I work for Mr. D'Angelo. Is everyone here armed? Her voice was sharp. Yes. Enzo didn't apologize. It's necessary. For what? Elena demanded. Protection. He gestured toward the back of the house. The kitchen is through there. Sophia's making breakfast. Liam tugged her hand. He was hungry. Fine. Elena followed Enzo. The kitchen was massive. Marble countertops, professional appliances. Sophia stood at the stove. Good morning. She turned with a smile. Sit. I'll make you something. Liam climbed onto a stool. Eleanor sat beside him. She felt exhausted, trapped. Sophia placed plates in front of them. Eggs and toast, fresh fruit. Liam ate immediately. Elena picked at her food. Where's Matteo? In his office. Sophia poured coffee. He had calls this morning. What kind of calls? Elena asked. Sophia didn't answer. She just smiled and refilled Liam's juice. Footsteps sounded behind them. Elena turned. Matteo entered the kitchen. He looked tired. His jaw was tight. Good morning. His eyes found hers. Is it? She set down her fork. Matteo ignored the question. He looked at Liam. Did you sleep well? Liam nodded slowly. His eyes were wary. Good. Matteo poured himself coffee. Sophia will show you the library after breakfast. There are books, games. Elena stood. Can we talk? Of course. Matteo gestured toward the door. My office. She followed him down another hallway. His office was dark. Wood paneling, leather furniture, windows overlooked a garden. He closed the door and turned to face her. I need to go to my apartment. Elena crossed her arms. I need clothes. Liam needs his things. I'll have someone bring them here. Matteo sat behind his desk. I want to get them myself. Her voice rose. That's not possible. His tone was final. Why? She moved closer to the desk. Because I'm a prisoner. Because they're watching your building. Matteo's jaw tightened. I had my men check this morning. 2 cars, 4 men, all armed. Elena felt cold. You're lying. I wish I was. He opened a drawer and pulled out photographs. He slid them across the desk. She picked them up. Her apartment building. 2 dark cars parked across the street. Men sitting inside. Guns visible through the windows. Her hands shook. Oh, God. They'll wait as long as it takes. Matteo's voice was gentle. And when you come home, they'll kill you. Because of you. She threw the photos down. This is your fault. Yes. He stood. It is. The admission surprised her. She'd expected excuses, deflection. Then fix it. Tears threatened again. Please. I'm trying. He moved around the desk. But these things take time. How much time? Elena's voice broke. Matteo didn't answer. He just looked at her. His eyes were dark and tired, haunted. I'm sorry, he said finally. Elena turned away. She couldn't look at him anymore. I need to go back to Liam. Elena. Her name on his lips stopped her. She waited. You're safe here. His voice was quiet. I promise. She left without responding. The door closed softly behind her. 3 days passed. Elena felt restless, caged. She explored every room, every hallway. Guards stood at every exit. Cameras watched from every corner. Matteo kept his distance. He joined them for meals but said little. He watched Liam with something in his eyes, something sad. On the fourth night, Elena couldn't sleep. She left Liam with Sophia and wandered downstairs. The mansion was quiet, dark. She found her way to a sitting room and stood by the window. Rain fell again. It always seemed to be raining. Couldn't sleep. Matteo's voice came from the doorway. Elena jumped. You startled me. Sorry. He entered the room. He wore pajama pants and a t-shirt. His feet were bare. He looked almost human. I was just thinking. She turned back to the window. About leaving? He asked. Among other things. Elena's jaw tightened. Matteo stood beside her. Not too close. He respected the distance. I know this is hard. Do you? She looked at him. Have you ever been trapped somewhere? Yes. His voice was quiet. I've been trapped my whole life. Something shifted in his expression. Pain flickered across his face. Elena felt curiosity despite herself. What do you mean? Matteo was quiet for a long moment. Rain drummed against the glass. I made choices a long time ago, choices that locked me into this life. I can't leave. I can't walk away. I'm trapped by my own decisions. That's different. Elena shook her head. You chose this. Did I? He looked at her. His eyes held hers. Sometimes we choose things out of necessity, survival, and then we wake up one day and realize we're in a prison of our own making. Elena wanted to argue, but his words resonated. She'd stayed with Liam's father too long. She'd made choices, bad ones, and they'd trapped her too. I heard you the other night. She spoke before she could stop herself. Matteo stiffened. What? In the hallway outside your office. Elena turned to face him fully. You were on the phone. You said something about keeping someone alive this time. His jaw tightened. The pain returned to his eyes. Deeper now. I had a family once. His voice was barely audible. A wife, a daughter. Eleanor's breath caught. Had? They died. He looked away. 4 years ago. A bomb meant for me. I was late to dinner. They weren't. The words hung between them. Heavy. Final. I'm sorry. Elena felt tears burning her eyes. She didn't know why. She didn't know this man. But the grief in his voice was unbearable. I swore I'd never care about anyone again. Matteo's hands curled into fists. Never put anyone at risk. Never feel that loss again. Then why did you help us? She asked. He looked at her. His eyes found hers. Because when I saw you and your son in that parking lot, I saw them. And I couldn't drive past. Not again. Elena felt something shift in her chest. Understanding maybe. Or sympathy. She wasn't sure. You're trying to save us because you couldn't save them. Her voice was soft. Yes. Matteo's voice cracked. Even if it costs me everything. The silence stretched between them. Elena wanted to reach out, to touch his hand, but she didn't. Thank you, she said instead, for trying. Matteo nodded. He turned and left the room. His footsteps faded down the hallway. Elena stood alone in the dark. Rain continued to fall. She pressed her forehead against the cold glass and cried. Morning came again. Elena woke to find Liam already dressed. He stood by the window looking out at the garden. You're up early. She sat beside him. He pointed outside. A fountain. Birds. Flowers blooming despite the cold. You want to go out there? Elena asked. Liam nodded eagerly. Let me get dressed. She stood. Then we'll ask. Sophia was in the kitchen when they came down. She smiled at Liam. Good morning, sweetheart. He smiled back. He liked Sophia. She was gentle with him. Can we go outside? Elena asked. Just in the garden. Of course. Sophia nodded. I'll let the guards know. They stepped through a side door. The garden was beautiful. Stone paths. Hedges trimmed into perfect shapes. The fountain splashed in the center. Liam ran ahead. He touched the flowers carefully. His small face lit with wonder. Eleanor followed slowly. The air felt good. Clean. She'd been inside for days. I didn't know he liked gardens. Matteo's voice came from behind her. She turned. He stood on the stone path, his hands in his pockets. He looked less tired today. He likes quiet things. Elena watched Liam. His father was loud, violent. Liam learned to find peace wherever he could. He doesn't speak. It wasn't a question. Not since his father died. Elena's chest tightened. The therapist says it's trauma, that he'll speak when he feels safe again. Does he feel safe here? Matteo asked. Elena looked at him. I don't know. Do you? Something shifted in his expression. He almost smiled. No, I haven't felt safe in years. They walked together, following Liam as he explored. The silence between them felt less heavy now, more comfortable. Liam stopped at the fountain. He bent down and trailed his fingers through the water. Then he turned and looked at Matteo. He beckoned with one small hand. Matteo hesitated. Then he moved forward and knelt beside the boy. Liam pointed at the coins at the bottom of the fountain. People make wishes. Matteo's voice was gentle. They throw coins and hope for better things. Liam looked thoughtful. Then he dug into his pocket and pulled out a penny. He held it up. You want to make a wish? Matteo asked. Liam nodded. He closed his eyes and threw the coin. It splashed and sank. What did you wish for? Eleanor moved closer. Liam opened his eyes. He looked at Matteo, then at her. Then he walked to a nearby bench and sat down. He pulled a crayon from his other pocket and a napkin from breakfast. He began to draw. Matteo and Elena watched in silence. The crayon moved quickly. Shapes appeared, colors filled in. When he finished, Liam stood. He walked to Matteo and held out the drawing. 3 figures, holding hands, standing under a roof, a house maybe, or a home. Matteo stared at the drawing. His hands shook as he took it. His breathing changed. His eyes glistened. Liam! His voice broke. The boy just smiled, small and uncertain. Then he ran back to the flowers. Elena felt her throat tighten. She watched Matteo hold that drawing carefully, reverently. His jaw clenched, his eyes closed. He drew us, she said quietly. I know. Matteo's voice was barely audible. Why would he do that? Elena moved closer. Matteo opened his eyes. Tears ran down his face. He didn't wipe them away. Because children see things adults miss. They see hope where we see only danger. Elena looked at the drawing. 3 stick figures. Simple, innocent, devastating. Her breath caught. She understood now. Liam wasn't just drawing what he saw. He was drawing what he wanted. A family, safety, home. And he'd included Matteo. I can't be that for him. Matteo's voice shook. I can't be what he needs. Why not? Elena asked. Because I destroy everything I touch. He looked at her. His eyes held hers, raw, broken. Everyone I've ever loved has died. I won't do that to him. Or to you. You don't get to decide that. Her voice was fierce. Neither of us asked to be here, but we are. And that little boy sees something in you worth drawing. Matteo looked back at Liam. The boy crouched near a rosebush. His small hands touched the petals gently. He deserves better. Matteo's jaw tightened. Maybe. Elena crossed her arms. But this is what he has. The silence stretched between them, heavy with things unsaid. Then Matteo folded the drawing carefully. He slipped it into his pocket, over his heart. I need to make some calls. He turned away. Stay as long as you want. The guards will watch over you. He walked back toward the house. His shoulders were rigid, tense, but he moved slowly, reluctantly, as if leaving hurt. Elena watched him go. Then she looked at Liam. He waved at her, happy, innocent, unaware of the weight he'd just placed on all of them. She waved back. Her chest felt tight. Her eyes burned. Something had shifted today. She'd seen behind Matteo's walls. She'd seen the man beneath the monster, and it terrified her more than the guns ever could. That night, Elena couldn't shake the image of Matteo's tears. She lay beside Liam and stared at the ceiling. The house was quiet, too quiet. A voice drifted through the door. Matteo's voice, low and urgent. Elena slipped out of bed. She pressed her ear to the door. They think she's my lover. Matteo's tone was hard. Enzo, they've already made up their minds. Then we move her. Another voice. Enzo, somewhere they can't find her. Everywhere is somewhere they can find her. Matteo's footsteps paced. Dario has eyes in every city, every state. Running makes her look guilty. So what do we do? Enzo asked. We end this. Matteo's voice dropped. Dangerous. We end him. Elena's breath caught. She stepped back from the door. Her hands shook. They thought she was Matteo's lover. That's why they'd shot at the car. That's why men watched her apartment. This was worse than she'd thought. She climbed back into bed. Sleep didn't come. She watched the shadows move across the ceiling until dawn. Morning arrived gray and cold. Elena dressed quickly. She left Liam sleeping and went downstairs. Matteo sat alone in the dining room. Coffee steamed in front of him. He didn't look up when she entered. I heard you last night. Elena's voice was steady. His eyes found hers. You shouldn't eavesdrop. You shouldn't hold conversations outside my door. She sat across from him. They think I'm your lover. Yes. He didn't deny it. So this is my fault. Elena felt anger rising. I accepted a ride and now people want to kill me? It's not your fault. Matteo's jaw tightened. It's mine. I should have thought before I stopped, before I offered help. But you didn't. She leaned forward. And now we're both trapped. I'm not trapped. His voice was quiet. I've always been exactly where I need to be. In a war, Elena demanded. Yes. Matteo met her eyes. This is my world. Violence, blood, death. It's all I've ever known. The silence hung between them. Elena felt exhausted, scared, trapped. How do we end this? She asked. You don't do anything. Matteo stood. You stay here. You stay safe. I handle Dario. Who's Dario? Elena watched him move toward the door. Matteo paused. The man who wants you dead. He left before she could respond. The dining room felt suddenly cold and empty. Elena spent the day restless. She couldn't sit still, couldn't focus. She paced the library while Liam read picture books with Sophia. Guards stood at every door. She'd counted them. 8 total, all armed, all watching. By evening, she'd made a decision. She couldn't stay here, couldn't live in this gilded cage. She and Liam would leave tonight. She waited until midnight, until the house went silent. Then she dressed Liam in warm clothes. We're going home, she whispered against his hair. Okay? He nodded sleepily. He trusted her completely. It broke her heart. They crept down the stairs. Elena knew which ones creaked. She'd memorized the sounds over the past days. The front door loomed ahead. A guard stood nearby. His back was turned. Elena moved fast. She reached for the door handle. I wouldn't do that. Matteo's voice came from the shadows. She spun around. He stood at the bottom of the stairs, still dressed, as if he'd been waiting. Let me leave. Eleanor's voice shook. No. He moved closer. You can't keep me here. She pulled Liam behind her. This isn't legal, it's kidnapping. It's protection. Matteo stopped a few feet away. But you're right, I can't force you. He reached past her and opened the door. Cold air rushed in. The driveway stretched dark and empty beyond. Go. His voice was quiet. If you want to leave, leave. I won't stop you. Elena stared at the open door. Freedom waited just outside. Her apartment, her life, her independence. But men waited there too. Men with guns. Men who wanted her dead. She looked down at Liam. His small hand gripped hers. His eyes were wide and frightened. Elena felt tears burning. She couldn't do it. Couldn't risk him. Not for pride. Not for freedom. I hate you. The words came out broken. I know. Matteo closed the door gently. But you'll stay? She nodded. She couldn't speak anymore. Matteo looked at Liam. It's late. You should both sleep. Elena turned and walked back upstairs. Her legs felt heavy. Her chest felt tight. Behind her, she heard Matteo speaking to the guard. His voice was low, tired. She tucked Liam back into bed. He fell asleep immediately. But Elena sat awake, staring at nothing. She'd chosen this, chosen him, chosen safety over freedom, and she didn't know if she'd made the right choice. The days blurred together. Elena stopped counting them. 1 week became 2, maybe 3. Matteo gave them space. He ate meals with them but said little. His eyes found hers sometimes, dark and unreadable. Liam explored the mansion freely now. He'd found the piano in the main hall. He pressed keys softly, testing sounds. Elena watched from the doorway one morning. Sophia stood beside her. Mr. D'Angelo's daughter played. Sophia's voice was gentle. Before she died, Elena felt her chest tighten. How old was she? 5. Sophia smiled sadly. She loved music, loved her father. He was different then, softer. What happened to him? Elena asked. He buried his heart with her. Sophia touched Elena's shoulder. But maybe it's waking up again. Elena didn't respond. She just watched Liam play his small, uncertain notes. That evening, Matteo joined them for dinner. He seemed distracted. His jaw was tight. Elena noticed a bruise on his knuckles. Fresh, purple. What happened? She nodded toward his hand. Nothing. Matteo pulled his sleeve down. That's not nothing. Elena's voice was firm. Did you get in a fight? I'm always in a fight. His eyes found hers. That's my life. Liam looked between them. His small face worried. Elena changed the subject. She talked about the garden, about books, about nothing important. After dinner, she helped Sophia clear dishes. Matteo stood to leave. Wait! Elena called after him. He stopped in the doorway. Let me see your hand. She moved closer. It's fine. Matteo pulled away. Please. Her voice was soft. I was a waitress. I've seen plenty of cuts and bruises. He hesitated, then slowly extended his hand. Elena examined the knuckle. Split skin. Swelling. She touched the bruise gently. This needs ice. She looked up. And antiseptic. Sophia can handle it. Matteo tried to pull away again. I can handle it. Elena held his hand firmly. Sit. Something shifted in his expression. Surprise maybe, but he sat. Sophia brought supplies. Elena cleaned the wound carefully. Matteo didn't flinch, didn't react at all. You're good at this. His voice was quiet. Practice. Elena wrapped his knuckles in gauze. My ex used to come home bloody sometimes. From what? Matteo asked. Fights. Bar brawls. He had a temper. She tied off the bandage. But you already know that. You've probably had me investigated. Yes. He didn't deny it. I know about your ex. About how he died. About the burn scar on Liam's arm. Elena's hands stilled. Her breath caught. How do you know about that? I pay attention. Matteo's eyes found hers. The same way I knew you worked at the diner. She released his hand. That's invasive. It's survival. His jaw tightened. I need to know who's in my house, who I'm protecting. We're not threats. Elena stood. We're just people you dragged into your war. I know what you are. Matteo's voice was soft. You're a mother trying to protect her son, just the way I'm trying to protect both of you. The silence stretched between them. Elena felt something shift in her chest. Understanding, maybe, or recognition. They weren't so different, both trapped, both fighting. How did Liam get burned? Matteo asked. Elena's throat tightened. His father was drunk. He dropped his cigarette on Liam's arm. Then he blamed Liam for crying, said he was being weak. Where is he now? Matteo's voice changed. Dark, dangerous, dead. Elena crossed her arms. Car accident 2 years ago. Drunk. Alone. The world became safer that night. Good. Matteo stood. Men who hurt children deserve worse than death. Elena believed him. She saw the truth in his eyes, the rage, the pain. Thank you, she said quietly, for the bandage. Thank you. He looked at his wrapped hand, for caring. He left before she could respond. The dining room felt colder without him. That night, Elena heard shouting. She left Liam sleeping and crept into the hallway. Matteo's office door stood open. Light spilled out. Voices carried. He knows about the shipment. Enzo's voice. He has someone on the inside. Then find them. Matteo's tone was ice. And handle it. There's more. Enzo paused. They found a tracker on one of our cars. The one you used to pick up the woman. The silence that followed felt heavy. Dangerous. How long? Matteo's voice dropped. Deadly quiet. At least 2 weeks. Enzo's footsteps paced. Boss. They've known about her from the beginning. Elena felt cold. She pressed against the wall. Her hands shook. Then they're watching this house. Matteo's chair scraped. They know exactly where she is. We need to move her, Enzo said. Tonight. No. Matteo's voice was final. This mansion is fortified. Anywhere else is vulnerable. We stay. We prepare. For what? Enzo demanded. For war. Matteo moved toward the door. Elena ran. She made it back to her room seconds before his footsteps reached the hallway. She climbed into bed beside Liam. Her heart hammered. Her mind raced. They'd been tracked, watched, the entire time, and Matteo knew. He'd known for weeks, but he hadn't told her. She felt betrayed, angry, scared. But beneath it all, she felt something else. Something she didn't want to name. She felt protected. Morning came too early. Elena barely slept. She dressed and went downstairs. Matteo stood in the foyer. He wore all black. A gun sat visible at his hip. We need to talk. His eyes found hers. About how you've been lying to me. Elena's voice was sharp. Something shifted in his expression. You heard. I hear everything in this house. She crossed her arms. How long have you known they were tracking us? Since the beginning. He didn't look away. Since the night I picked you up. Elena felt her chest tighten. And you didn't tell me? Would it have changed anything? Matteo stepped closer. Would you have left? I would have had a choice. Her voice cracked. You've always had a choice. His jaw tightened. I opened the door. For you chose to stay. Elena wanted to argue, to scream, but he was right. She'd stayed. For Liam, for safety, maybe for him. They're coming, aren't they? She asked quietly. Yes. Matteo's voice was gentle. Soon. Then what do we do? Elena felt scared, truly scared. You stay in your room. He moved toward the door. You lock it. You don't open it for anyone but me or Sophia. Understood? Where are you going? She followed him. To end this. Matteo looked back. His eyes held hers. One way or another. He left before she could respond. The front door closed with a heavy thud. Elena stood alone in the foyer. Sunlight streamed through the windows. The house felt too quiet. She went upstairs and found Liam already awake. He sat by the window watching birds. "We need to stay inside today." Elena forced a smile. "Just for a little while." He looked at her. His eyes were too knowing, too aware. He sensed her fear. She pulled him close. "Everything's going to be okay." He nodded against her shoulder, but his small body trembled. Sophia appeared in the doorway. Her face was pale. "Mr. D'Angelo asked me to move you both to the east wing. The rooms there are safer." "Safer how?" Elena stood. "Reinforced doors. No windows." Sophia's hands twisted together. "Please, we need to go now." Elena felt panic rising. "Is someone coming?" "I don't know." Sophia's voice shook. "But Mr. D'Angelo doesn't give orders without reason." They gathered their things quickly. Sophia led them through hallways Elena had never seen. The east wing was darker, colder. The rooms had thick doors, heavy locks. "You'll be safe here." Sophia showed them inside. "I'll bring food, water, everything you need." "How long?" Elena asked. "I don't know." Sophia touched her cheek. "But Mr. D'Angelo will protect you. He always does." She left. The door locked from the outside. Elena heard the bolt slide into place. She looked around the room. One bed, one bathroom, no windows, no escape. Liam climbed onto the bed. He pulled his knees to his chest. His eyes were wide. "It's okay." Elena sat beside him. "We're just being careful." He didn't believe her. She could see it in his face. Hours passed. No one came. No sounds reached them. The silence felt suffocating. Elena felt trapped, more trapped than ever before. But this time, she knew why. Matteo was fighting for them, risking everything, and she couldn't do anything but wait. Night fell. Elena knew by the small clock on the wall. 9 p.m., then 10, then 11. Still no one came. Liam slept fitfully. Elena held him close. She stared at the door and waited. At midnight, she heard footsteps, running, shouting, then gunfire. Elena's breath caught. She pressed Liam deeper into the mattress, covered him with her body. The gunfire continued, loud, close, right outside their hallway. Glass shattered somewhere. Men screamed. More shots. Then silence. Elena's heart hammered. She couldn't breathe, couldn't move. The door handle turned, the lock clicked. Someone was coming in. She grabbed the lamp from the nightstand. Her hands shook. It was a pathetic weapon, but it was all she had. The door opened slowly. Matteo stood in the doorway. Blood covered his shirt, his face, his hands. "Are you hurt?" His voice was rough, urgent. Elena dropped the lamp. "What happened?" "They came." He stepped inside. "They're gone now." "Gone where?" She stood. Liam stirred behind her. "Dead." Matteo's eyes found hers. Dark, haunted. All of them. Elena felt something twist in her chest. Relief, horror, gratitude, fear, everything at once. "Did anyone—" She couldn't finish. Enzo took a bullet. Matteo's jaw tightened. "He'll live. The rest of my men are fine. And you?" Elena moved closer. "You're covered in blood. Most of it isn't mine." He looked down at himself. "But some is." "Where?" She reached for him. "It doesn't matter." Matteo caught her hand. "You're safe. That's what matters. Let me see." Elena's voice was firm. He pulled up his shirt. A wound cut across his ribs, deep, still bleeding. Elena's breath caught. "You need a hospital." "No hospitals." Matteo lowered his shirt. "Sophia will stitch it. You could die." Elena felt panic rising. "I've survived worse." His eyes held hers. "But thank you for caring." Something shifted between them. The air felt heavy, charged. Elena realized she still held his hand. His blood stained her fingers, but she didn't let go. "You kept us safe." Her voice was barely audible. "I told you I would." Matteo's voice was soft. "Even if it costs blood." He pulled away gently. "Stay here tonight. I'll have the other rooms cleaned tomorrow." He turned to leave. Matteo. His name felt strange on her tongue. Intimate. He stopped in the doorway. "Thank you," Elena said. "For everything." He nodded once. Then he was gone. Elena stood alone in the dark room. Her hands shook. Her chest felt tight. She'd just watched a man kill for her, bleed for her, risk everything for her and Liam, and she didn't know how to feel about it. She climbed back into bed. Liam curled against her side. Safe, warm, alive. Outside the door she heard movement. Footsteps. Someone sitting down. Elena opened the door carefully. Matteo sat against the wall. His eyes were closed. His shirt was still bloody, but he'd positioned himself directly in front of their room, guarding them, even wounded, even exhausted. "Oh, you should rest," Elena whispered. His eyes opened. "I am resting. In a bed." She gestured inside. "Not on the floor. I'm fine here." His voice was final. Elena felt something break inside her chest. She didn't argue. She just closed the door and went back to Liam. But she didn't sleep. She lay awake knowing Matteo sat just outside, watching, protecting, bleeding, and she finally understood. This wasn't about debt, or obligation, or protection. This was about guilt, about loss, about a man trying to save people because he couldn't save the ones who mattered most. Elena felt tears sliding down her face. She pressed them against the pillow, silent, hidden. Everything had changed tonight. She'd crossed a line she couldn't uncross. She'd started to care about him, and that terrified her more than any gun ever could. Morning light found its way through cracks around the door. Elena woke stiff and tired. Liam still slept beside her. She opened the door carefully. Matteo was gone. Only a dark stain on the floor showed he'd been there. Blood. His blood. Elena felt her stomach twist. She needed to find him, make sure he was okay. She left Liam with Sophia and searched the mansion. She found him in his office, standing by the window. A fresh bandage wrapped his ribs. "You should be in bed." Elena closed the door behind her. "I've been in bed." Matteo didn't turn around. "Sophia patched me up." "How bad is it?" She moved closer. 18 stitches. His voice was flat. "I'll live." Elena stood beside him. She looked out the window. The garden was destroyed. Bullet holes scarred the fountain. Glass littered the paths. "This is my fault." Her voice cracked. "No." Matteo finally looked at her. "This is Dario's fault and mine, never yours." "If I hadn't accepted that ride," Elena started. "If you hadn't, you'd be dead in a parking lot." Matteo's jaw tightened. "And your son would be alone." The words hit hard, true, brutal. "So what now?" Elena asked. "Now we wait." Matteo turned back to the window. "Dario knows his men failed. He'll regroup, plan something bigger." "Bigger than last night?" Elena felt cold. "Much bigger." His voice was quiet. "And next time, I might not be enough to stop him." Elena felt fear crawling up her spine. "Then what do we do?" Matteo was silent for a long moment. Then he spoke. "There's a safe house upstate. Hidden. Secure. I can send you and Liam there." "Without you?" Elena's breath caught. "I have to stay." His eyes found hers. "I have to end this." "By dying?" Her voice rose. "That's your plan?" "If necessary." Matteo's voice was calm, final. "No." Elena stepped closer. "You don't get to die for us. I get to die however I want." His jaw tightened. "And if that means protecting you and your son, then that's my choice. I didn't ask for this." Tears threatened. "I didn't ask for you to love us." The word hung between them, heavy, undeniable. Matteo's expression changed. Something raw flickered across his face. "Love?" Elena realized what she'd said. Her chest tightened. "I meant care. I didn't mean—" "I know what you meant." Matteo's voice was soft, dangerous. "And you're right. I do care. More than I should. More than is safe." Elena couldn't breathe, couldn't speak. "That's why you need to leave." Matteo turned away. "Before I destroy you the way I destroy everything else." "You haven't destroyed us." Elena's voice shook. "You've saved us." "Not yet." His hands curled into fists. "But I will, eventually. It's what I do." The silence stretched between them, painful, honest. Elena wanted to argue, to tell him he was wrong, but she didn't know if he was. She'd seen the blood last night, the bodies, the violence. This was his world, death and darkness, and she and Liam didn't belong in it. "I'll think about the safe house," she said finally, "but I'm not leaving today." "Elena," Matteo started. "Not today," she repeated firmly. "We need time. Liam needs stability." Matteo looked at her. His eyes were dark and tired, haunted. "You're making a mistake." "Probably." Elena moved toward the door. "But it's mine to make." She left before he could respond. Her legs shook. Her chest felt tight. She'd almost told him the truth, that she didn't want to leave, that she felt safe here despite everything, that she was starting to care about him in ways she shouldn't, but she'd held back. Because he was right. This couldn't work. They couldn't work. He was a killer, a criminal, a man drowning in guilt and violence. And she was just a single mother trying to survive. But as she walked back to Liam, Elena couldn't shake one thought. Maybe broken people belonged together. Maybe that was the only way they could heal, or maybe she was just lying to herself. Either way, she wasn't leaving. Not yet. Not until she understood what this feeling meant. This pull toward a man who should terrify her, but somehow made her feel safer than she'd felt in years. Days passed in careful quiet. Matteo healed slowly. Elena watched him move through the house like a ghost. He held his side when he thought no one was looking. She brought him coffee one morning. He sat in his office reviewing papers. His jaw was tight with pain. "You need to rest." Elena set down the cup. "I'm resting." He didn't look up. "You're working." She crossed her arms. "That's not resting." Matteo finally met her eyes. "If I stop working, I start thinking. And if I start thinking, I remember last week. The blood, the bodies, how close they came to reaching you." Elena felt something tighten in her chest, but they didn't reach us. This time, his voice was quiet, haunted. "Next time, I might not be fast enough." "There won't be a next time." Elena moved closer. "You said Dario's men are dead." "His men are dead." Matteo's jaw tightened. "Dario isn't. And he won't forgive this." The silence stretched between them. Elena wanted to comfort him, to tell him everything would be fine, but she didn't know if it would be. "Let me change your bandage." She gestured to his side. Sophia already did. Matteo turned back to his papers. "Sophia isn't here." Elena's voice was firm. "And you're bleeding through." He looked down. Red seeped through his shirt. His jaw tightened. "Fine." He stood and lifted his shirt. The wound looked angry. Stitches pulled at swollen skin. Blood welled from one end. Elena felt her breath catch. "This needs a doctor." "I've survived worse." Matteo's voice was steady. "That doesn't mean you should." She cleaned the wound carefully. Her hands shook slightly. "You act like your life doesn't matter." "It doesn't." His eyes found hers. "Not compared to yours. Or Liam's." Eleanor's hands stilled. "Don't say that." "Why not?" Matteo's voice was soft. "It's true. My life has been violence and death for 20 years. If I die protecting something good, that's more than I deserve." "You deserve more than you think." Elena applied fresh bandages. "You're not just a killer. You're a man who sits outside doors all night, who plants flowers with children, who cries over crayon drawings." Matteo was quiet. His jaw worked. His eyes glistened. "You don't know me." His voice cracked. "Not really. I know enough." Elena finished wrapping the bandage. "And what I know isn't a monster." She looked up. Their faces were close. Too close. She could see gold flecks in his dark eyes, could feel his breath on her skin. Matteo's hand rose slowly. His fingers brushed her cheek, gentle, careful. "You shouldn't care about me." His voice was barely audible. Too late. Eleanor's breath caught. "I already do." Something shifted in his expression. Pain, longing, fear. Then he pulled away. "I should finish this paperwork." Elena felt the distance like a physical thing, cold, empty. But she nodded and left. Behind her, she heard him exhale, long and shaking, like a man barely holding himself together. Life returned to cautious normalcy. The mansion was repaired, guards doubled, but the days felt lighter somehow. Matteo joined them for meals again. He listened when Liam played piano. He helped Sophia in the kitchen. Small domestic acts that seemed foreign on a man built for violence. Elena found herself watching him, the way he moved, the way he smiled at Liam, the way his eyes found hers across rooms. She was falling, slowly, terrifyingly, and she didn't know how to stop. One afternoon, she took Liam to the garden. The fountain was fixed. New flowers bloomed. The glass was swept away. Liam ran to the roses. He touched the petals carefully, his small face lit with joy. "He's happy here." Matteo's voice came from behind her. Elena turned. He stood on the path, hands in his pockets, his wound still visible in the way he held himself. "He feels safe." Elena watched Liam. "I think it's the first time since his father died." "And you?" Matteo moved closer. "Do you feel safe?" Elena felt her chest tighten. "Yes, I hate that I do, but yes." "You shouldn't." His jaw tightened. "This life isn't safe. It never will be. Nothing is safe." Elena looked at him. "My ex wasn't safe. The parking lot wasn't safe. My apartment certainly isn't safe. At least here, someone's trying to protect us." Matteo was quiet. His eyes held hers, dark and intense. "Come help me plant something." Elena moved toward the garden shed. "I don't garden." He followed anyway. "You do now." She handed him a small shovel. "Liam wants sunflowers. We're planting sunflowers." They worked in silence, digging holes, planting seeds. Liam watched them with bright eyes. He clapped when they finished. Matteo smiled, small and uncertain, like he'd forgotten how. Elena felt something shift in her chest, something warm and terrifying. This felt right, natural, The three of them together, working, living, being, and that scared her more than any gun. That evening, a letter arrived, official looking, government seal. Elena opened it carefully. Her hands shook as she read. "What is it?" Matteo appeared in the doorway. "Witness protection." Elena looked up. Her voice was uncertain. "They're offering me witness protection for testifying against you." Matteo's expression went cold. "That's not real." "It looks real." She held out the letter. He took it and scanned the contents. His jaw tightened. "It's too clean, too perfect. This is a trap." "How do you know?" Elena asked. "Because the government doesn't send letters about witness protection." Matteo's voice was hard. "They send agents, quietly. This is Dario trying to lure you out." Elena felt cold. "You're sure?" "I'm sure." He crumpled the letter. "Don't respond. Don't go anywhere. Promise me." "I promise." Elena's voice shook. Matteo moved closer. His hand touched her shoulder. "He's getting desperate. That's good. Desperate men make mistakes. Or they do desperate things." Elena looked up at him. "I won't let him hurt you." Matteo's eyes found hers. "I swear it." Elena believed him. She shouldn't, but she did. That night, she couldn't shake the feeling something was wrong. She checked on Liam 3 times. He slept peacefully, but unease crawled under her skin. Morning came grey and cold. Elena woke to silence. Too much silence. She checked Liam's bed. Empty. "Liam?" she called out. No answer. Elena ran into the hallway. "Liam!" Sophia appeared from downstairs. "What's wrong?" "Liam's gone." Elena's voice rose. "Where is he?" "He was in the garden an hour ago." Sophia's face went pale. "I left him for just a moment." They ran outside. The garden stood empty. Flowers swayed in the breeze. No small boy anywhere. "Liam!" Elena screamed. Her chest felt tight. She couldn't breathe. Matteo appeared, running, his shirt half-buttoned. "What happened?" "He's gone." Elena grabbed his arms. "Liam's gone." Matteo's expression went dark, deadly. He pulled out his phone. "Enzo, lock down the estate. Find the boy. Now." He turned to Elena. "When did you last see him?" 20 minutes ago." Tears streamed down her face. "He was sleeping. I checked. He was sleeping. Someone took him." Matteo's jaw tightened. "From inside the house." His phone rang. He answered immediately. "What?" Elena watched his face change. Rage, pure and terrible. "Where?" Matteo's voice was ice. He hung up and looked at Elena. "Dario has him." Elena felt the world tilt. Her knees gave out. Matteo caught her. "No." The word came out broken. "No, no, no. Listen to me." Matteo gripped her shoulders. "I will get him back. I swear to you. I will bring him home. He's just a little boy." Elena couldn't stop shaking. "He's just a baby." "I know." Matteo's voice cracked. "And I will burn the world down to save him." Enzo appeared with 5 men, all armed, all ready. "We have the location." Enzo handed Matteo a gun. "Warehouse by the docks." "How many men?" Matteo checked the chamber. "Unknown." Enzo's jaw tightened, "but probably a lot." "I'm coming with you." Elena stood. Her voice was steel. "Absolutely not." Matteo's voice was final. "He's my son." Elena felt rage building. "I'm coming." "You'll get killed." Matteo stepped closer. "Stay here where it's safe." "Safe?" Elena's voice rose. "My son is with a monster and you want me to stay here. I'm coming. You can't stop me." Something shifted in Matteo's expression. He saw her determination, her rage, her absolute refusal to back down. "Fine." He handed her a small gun. "But you stay behind me. Always. Understood?" Elena nodded. She took the gun. Her hands stopped shaking. Purpose steadied her. They piled into 2 cars. The drive was silent, tense. Elena stared out the window. Rain started to fall. Always rain. Matteo sat beside her. His jaw was tight. His hands curled into fists. "If anything happens to me," he started. "Nothing will happen." Elena cut him off. "To either of us." "Elena," his voice was soft. "If something does, Enzo will take care of you and Liam. He has instructions, money, everything you'll need. Stop talking like you're going to die." Elena's voice shook. "I can't lose both of you." Matteo's eyes found hers. Something passed between them. Understanding, connection, more. "I'm sorry." His voice cracked. "For all of this." "Save it." Elena looked away. "Tell me after we have Liam back." The warehouse loomed ahead. Dark, industrial, abandoned. They parked 2 blocks away. Matteo gave final instructions. Enzo takes the east entrance. Marco covers the roof. I go in the front. Elena stays with me. Boss? Enzo's voice was careful. This is a trap. I know. Matteo checked his gun. But we're walking in anyway. They moved fast. Silent. Professional. Elena followed Matteo closely. Her gun felt heavy in her hand. The warehouse door stood open. Too easy. Matteo entered first. Elena's breath caught. Rows of shipping containers, shadows everywhere, and in the center tied to a chair, Liam. Elena felt her heart stop. He looked terrified. Small. Alone. Don't move, a voice echoed through the space. A man stepped from the shadows. Older. Gray hair. Cold eyes. Welcome, D'Angelo. Dario. Matteo's voice was calm. Deadly. Let the boy go. Why would I do that? Dario smiled. He's the only leverage I have. You have nothing. Matteo raised his gun. Release him or die. Dramatic. Dario gestured. Men appeared from everywhere, dozens, all armed. But I have more guns. Elena felt panic rising. They were surrounded, outnumbered, trapped. Matteo didn't flinch. Last chance. Let him go. No. Dario's smile widened. But I'll make you a deal. Your life for his. Done. Matteo lowered his gun. No. Elena grabbed his arm. Don't. It's the only way. Matteo looked at her. His eyes were soft, sad. Take care of him. I'm not letting you die. Elena's voice broke. Gunfire erupted. Not from them, from above. Enzo and his men. They'd flanked Dario's position. Chaos exploded. Men shouted. Shots echoed. Bodies fell. Matteo grabbed Elena and pulled her behind a container. Stay down! He fired over her head. Precise. Controlled. Men dropped. Elena saw Liam, still tied, still terrified. She made a decision. She ran. Elena! Matteo shouted, but she was already moving. A man stepped in her path, raised his gun. Elena didn't think. She fired first. He fell. Red bloomed across his chest. Dead. Elena felt shock, horror, but she kept moving. She reached Liam and cut his ropes. I've got you. She pulled him close. You're safe. A shot rang out. Close. Too close. Elena turned. Matteo stood between them and Dario. Blood spread across his shoulder. He'd taken a bullet meant for her. No, Elena screamed. Matteo fired once. Dario fell, dead before he hit the ground. The warehouse went quiet. Dario's remaining men ran. Enzo's team secured the perimeter. Matteo collapsed. Elena ran to him. Liam pressed against her side. Stay with me. Elena pressed her hands to his wound. Blood poured between her fingers. Don't you dare die. I'm not dying. Matteo's voice was weak. Not today. Promise me. Elena's tears fell on his face. Promise me you'll live. His hand found hers, bloody, shaking. I promise. Enzo appeared with a first aid kit. We need to move him. Now. They carried Matteo to the car. Elena climbed in beside him. Liam curled on her lap. All three of them covered in blood. The drive back felt endless. Elena held Matteo's hand. His pulse was weak, his breathing shallow. Stay awake. She squeezed his fingers. Talk to me. About what? His voice was barely audible. Anything. Elena felt panic rising. Tell me about your daughter. Matteo's eyes opened. Her name was Isabella. She had dark hair. Your smile. She loved sunflowers. Elena's breath caught. Sunflowers, like Liam wanted to plant. She would have liked you. Matteo's eyes closed again. Both of you. You're going to tell her about us. Elena's voice shook. Someday, when we're all together again, you'll tell her. Yes? Matteo's hand tightened on hers. I will. The mansion appeared. Sophia rushed out. A doctor waited inside. They carried Matteo to his room. Elena refused to leave. She sat beside his bed. Liam fell asleep in her arms, but she stayed awake, watching, waiting. The doctor finished and left. He'll live, but he needs rest. Elena nodded. She didn't move. Hours passed. Darkness became light. Still, Elena watched. Matteo's breathing steadied. His color returned, but his eyes stayed closed. Please wake up, Elena whispered. Please. Liam stirred against her. She held him closer. Safe. Alive. Home. 3 days later, Matteo opened his eyes. Elena sat exactly where she'd been, exhausted, unwashed, but present. You're awake. Her voice cracked. Relief flooded through her. How long? Matteo's voice was rough. 3 days. Elena moved closer. You scared me. I'm sorry. He tried to sit up, winced. Liam. Safe. Elena gestured to the corner. Liam sat drawing. Thanks to you. Mateo's eyes found the boy. Relief crossed his face. The silence stretched between them, heavy with things unsaid. I killed someone. Elena's voice was quiet. For the first time in my life. Mateo's eyes found hers. I'm sorry. I'm not. Elena felt tears building. He was going to hurt Liam. I'd do it again. That's how it starts. Mateo's jaw tightened. One kill, then another, until you're drowning in blood. Then we'll drown together. Elena grabbed his hand. Because I'm not leaving. Not now. Not ever. Something shifted in his expression. Shock, hope, fear. You don't know what you're saying. His voice shook. This life will destroy you. I already know destruction. Elena leaned closer. My ex destroyed me. Poverty destroyed me. Fear destroyed me. You make me feel whole again. Elena. Mateo's breath caught. I love you. The words came out fierce, certain. I don't want to. I shouldn't. But I do. And you don't get to push me away anymore. Mateo stared at her. His eyes glistened. His jaw worked. I love you too. His voice broke. God help me. I love you both. Elena felt something break inside her chest. Release, relief, joy. She leaned forward and kissed him. Soft, careful, mindful of his injuries. Mateo's hand rose to her face. His fingers tangled in her hair. The kiss deepened, desperate, necessary. They pulled apart slowly, foreheads pressed together, breathing hard. I can't promise you safety. Mateo's voice was rough. Or peace, or normalcy. I don't want those things. Elena smiled through her tears. I want you, that's enough. A sound came from the corner. Small, uncertain, a voice. Home. Elena spun around. Liam stood there, his mouth open, his eyes bright. He'd spoken, for the first time in 3 years. Home, he said again, louder, more certain. Elena started crying, huge, gasping sobs. She ran to him and pulled him close. Mateo's face crumpled. Tears streamed down his cheeks. He opened his arms. Liam ran to him. Elena followed. They collapsed together on the bed, 3 broken people holding each other, healing, finally healing. Home, Liam said against Mateo's chest. We're home. Mateo pressed his face into the boy's hair. His shoulders shook. Yes, we're home. Elena wrapped her arms around both of them. This was her family. Unconventional, dangerous, perfect. They stayed like that for hours. No one spoke. No one needed to. They were together. They were safe. They were home. Mam 6 months later. Morning light filled the kitchen. Elena stood at the counter mixing batter. Liam sat at the table coloring. Sophia hummed while she chopped vegetables. The mansion felt different now. Warm, alive, happy. Footsteps sounded behind her. Arms wrapped around her waist. Mateo pressed a kiss to her neck. Good morning. His voice was soft, content. Good morning. Elena leaned back against him. Sleep well? Better than I have in years. He released her and moved to Liam. What are you drawing? A garden. Liam showed him proudly. With sunflowers. Beautiful. Mateo ruffled his hair, just like the real one. The doorbell rang. Mateo tensed slightly. Old habits. I'll get it. Enzo called from the hallway. Elena watched Mateo relax again. The war with Dario was over. His empire had crumbled. Peace had settled over their strange little family. But Mateo still carried scars, physical and emotional. Some nights, he woke screaming. Some days, he looked haunted. But Elena was always there, steady, present, loving him through the darkness. Breakfast is ready, Sophia announced. They gathered at the table, the 4 of them, family. Liam chatted about the flowers, about piano lessons, about his new favorite books. His voice still surprised Elena, small and sweet and perfect. After breakfast, Mateo pulled Elena aside. His expression was nervous, uncertain. What's wrong? Elena touched his face. Nothing's wrong. He took her hands. I just need to ask you something. Elena felt her breath catch. Okay. Mateo knelt, slowly. His bad shoulder still bothered him sometimes. He pulled out a small box, opened it. A diamond ring sat inside. Simple, beautiful. I know this life isn't what you dreamed of. His voice shook. I know I'm not what you deserve, but you and Liam are everything to me. You saved me, healed me, made me want to be better. Elena felt tears building. Will you marry me? Mateo looked up at her. His eyes held hers, vulnerable, hopeful. Will you let me spend the rest of my life protecting you, loving you? Being the man you see when you look at me? Yes. The word came out broken. Happy. Yes, yes, yes. Matteo stood and kissed her. Deep, passionate, full of promise. Dad? Liam's voice came from the doorway. They broke apart. Matteo turned. His breath caught. Did you just call me Dad? His voice cracked. Liam nodded. Shy, uncertain. Is that okay? Matteo crossed the room in 3 strides. He dropped to his knees and pulled Liam close. It's more than okay. Tears ran down his face. It's everything. Elena watched them. Her 2 boys, her heart, her home. Sophia appeared with champagne. Enzo followed with a smile. They toasted. They celebrated. They laughed. The mansion rang with joy, with life, with love. That evening, Elena found Matteo standing in the garden. Liam played nearby. The sunflowers had grown tall. Their faces turned toward the light. What are you thinking about? Elena slipped her hand into his. How I thought I'd never feel this again. Matteo's voice was quiet. Joy, peace, family. I thought I'd lost my chance. You didn't lose it. Elena leaned against his shoulder. You just had to wait for the right people. Liam ran over. Look, a butterfly. They watched it together. Yellow wings. Delicate. Beautiful. It landed on a sunflower and rested. Isabella loved butterflies. Matteo's voice was soft, wonder-filled. She said they were souls visiting from heaven. Elena felt tears prick her eyes. Maybe she's saying hello. Maybe. Matteo pulled them both close. And maybe she's saying thank you for bringing me back to life. They stood together in the fading light, a family forged in violence but sustained by love, broken pieces that had found each other in the storm, healed through sacrifice and choice, and stubborn, desperate hope. The mansion behind them glowed warm and golden. Guards still patrolled, cameras still watched, but inside, laughter echoed, music played, life bloomed. Matteo kissed Elena's forehead, then Liam's. His eyes shone with tears and joy and gratitude. I love you both. His voice was steady, certain, more than I thought possible. We love you too. Elena smiled up at him. Liam wrapped his small arms around them both. Forever and ever, forever and ever, Matteo repeated. The butterfly lifted from the sunflower. It circled them once, twice, then flew toward the sky. Elena watched it disappear. She held her family close, safe, whole, finally free. They were home at last.